Hi everyone, welcome to TikTok. It is Monday. I'm driving to work, still with a cough, but feeling fine. And I am going to Stockholm, then back to London, then back to Stockholm. But it's just about 20 past 10. I don't check in till 10 past 1 and I'm nearly there. It's because I'm going into the office where we pick up uniform items. So I got this new hanky the other week, but we've got a new tie, a new scarf, and there's a couple of guys on the trip with me who don't drive, so getting to where you have to pick it up can be a bit tricky if you haven't got a car. So I will try and pick their items up for them as well, which saves them having to get a bus or a taxi from the terminal to the office, which I think is rather helpful. So yeah, it should be a nice day, have a nice crew. I'm not even working as purser, I'm working as a main crew member. So hopefully I'll go down the back and see what's going on down the back, which is always useful when you're in charge. You never really, you see what's going on down the back, but you don't know how it feels to work down the back. So hopefully, I did it the other day, but it's quite nice to do it often, and then you get a gist of what the crew have to deal with, especially in the cabin during boarding. When you're in the cabin, it can be quite overwhelming when everyone's got these big trolley bags, and you can see that the lockers, or compartments as we call them now, hat racks from years ago, are getting quite full. But the knack is to only put one trolley bag in there. Don't put all your hand luggage in there, or you're just taking up space that other people need for their trolley bags, and you can put your second items under your seat. And if you do fly in the winter and you've got a big coat, put it on top of a bag. Don't give it its own space in the overhead compartment, otherwise we'll need that space and we'll have to take out that coat of yours and hand it to you, which usually doesn't go down very well. But you know, we work on OTP, on time to performance, so if we get a delay because the crew are really slow storing the bags and closing the compartment, so for takeoff, that delay then goes down to the cabin crew. Then I have to get I have to answer for it. So if we passengers and crew all work hand in hand, it's a dream. So I'm nearly at Heathrow, but as I said, I'm going into the office to get some new items for the lovely Tom and the lovely Paul, who's on my crew today. Tom commutes from Madrid, can you believe it? Poor man. It's a long, long old one. And when we came back late last block, or was it the block before, we got into the terminal at like 9:30 at night, and his flight's not till 6 o'clock in the morning. So he sits in Cafe Nero in Terminal 2 till 2 o'clock. Then he catches the bus from Heathrow to Gatwick, and then he catches the EasyJet flight from Gatwick to Madrid at 6 o'clock, which lands about 8, just after 8, which is 9 local time. He said he's not home till 10, half 10 in the morning. He must be shattered. But I think he's just so used to doing that that it's built into his program. When I was BA, there was part-time crew that used to commute from Hong Kong to Heathrow and Los Angeles to Heathrow. Can't imagine that. So I remember flying with this guy who lived in Hong Kong with his partner, and he flew to Heathrow the day before from LA, stayed in a hotel. Then we actually flew to LA on the trip, and then he went home for 2 nights, and then he came back with us working back to Heathrow, and then he caught the next flight back to LA. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a lot. tiring. But if you got upgraded and you were in a decent seat, you could have a good sleep. But if you're in economy and people are like asking to move all the time when you're asleep because they need to go to the toilet, which happens, you wouldn't get any sleep. Oh, I couldn't commute from LA. Oh my goodness, I'd be finished off. But as I said before, there's a lovely lady who works for Delta who's on TikTok, and she's from Atlanta, Georgia, and she talks so southern, but she's so lovely. She's unbelievably nice. And always at the end of her TikTok, she said, "Now remember, you don't know what's going on in people's lives, and maybe you can make all the difference just by being kind. And she's right, you know. If we all did one good deed every single day of our lives, we're making somebody very happy. So think about that one. And don't forget, it's coming up to Valentine's Day, so if you're in love, get to the shops and buy a card. Show them you care. I will catch you all from the other side when I land, which will be around 12 hours from now when I'm getting off the plane. But I'm looking forward to it. So I'll catch you all later. Bye.